Hello, my name is Nate, aka Skywalker616, aka Skywalker Film and Comics. Today, you are watching my review, X-Men 97 Season 1. This is a rewatch review, and obviously, major spoilers ahead. Da 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 Dun. So, I hope you enjoyed that beautiful rendition of the theme by me. Absolute cinema, I know. So let's get into a review. I think we're going to start off with a rating, and then we're going to go into a ranking of the episodes. And I'm going to give my thoughts for season 2, like my hopes, my thoughts, like maybe even the trailer. I think that sounds good. So, let's start with the score. I'm going to give X-Men 97 Season 1 a, out of 10, drum roll, 9 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating, and I'll explain why in a second. So, I gave this a 9 out of 10 for a few reasons. One of them is because I really enjoyed the show. This is going to be my positives, and then I'll go into what held it back from being a 10 out of 10. So one of them is the animation. Let's be clear. The animation is stunning. But is there a bad The Animated episode, scene, moment, frame? No. Beautiful. It's genuinely like, as compared to like the other mainline animated projects, like Invincible. To be fair, I'm about to go like, what are like the biggest animated stuff in nerd culture, like at the moment, and I said Invincible. But yes, obviously Invincible doesn't have great animation. But then I was about to compare it to other stuff, and I'm realizing how good animation has been recently. But that doesn't mean this isn't stunning. But I still think this is better than most animation. But I was gonna go like with more Shadow World, and I'm thinking about it. I think they're kind of equal. But I love both shows. Both are 9 out of 10. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to giving, I'm not opposed to saying that they're same animation quality. Yeah, I guess it's across the Spider-Verse. To be fair, animation at the moment is peak. But that does not mean that this show isn't great. This show has amazing animation. Insane. Another reason, this has a very special place in my heart. It kind of revitalized my love for Marvel and superheroes when it came out, because as I wasn't extremely into DC. Obviously, there was the failing DCEU, and MCU at that time was just like, I can't remember exactly. Was this 2023 or 2024? I don't remember. But around that time, there wasn't great projects, let's be honest. I guess like you had like Guardians and you had Deadpool and Wolverine, but majority of it was bad to mid, and I was losing hope. This brought my expectations right up for superhero media, and I think not only since then has the positivity for superhero media started to regrow for me and for the public and the nerd community. But yeah, this definitely started the trend of getting better projects. I won't lie, I love the X-Men, and I've watched the entirety of the 90s show, and I've watched a good amount of the movies, the Fox movies, and I've read Stan Lee's run on the X-Men. But this is what got me into the X-Men as my favourite superhero team, which may be surprising considering I got these guys in the background, but you know. So yeah, I think that's why. Also, I'll explain more when I do my episode ranking, because I'll do explain a bit about each episode. The thing that holds it back from being a 9 out of 10, I guess I could explain this in the episode ranking, but it's one episode, kind of two, that just bring it way down. But this would, if we just completely remove those two episodes, it would be like a high 10. It would be one of my favourite shows of all time. It's such a shame that those two episodes bring it down. And if X-Men 97 Season 2 does not have bad quality episodes, genuinely think this could be like top 4 shows of all time for me. Top 10. It's already top 10, but like top 4, top 5, you know? I think that is a very high possibility, even though it's only been a 9. It's only a 9 out of 10, but my love for the show is much bigger than a 9 out of 10. My love for the show is like an 11 out of 10, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's do the episode ranking. So, let's get into the ranking. I think the last place, pretty obvious. And first place, pretty obvious. But and ninth place, pretty obvious. But I think from there, pretty interesting ranking. So at number 10, I think we all, if you've watched the show, we all have this at last. It's gonna be Motendo / Life Death Part 1. Like the two in one episode. I consider this the X-Men 97 equivalent of Herm from Invincible Season 4. It's trash, it's filler, it's horrendously bad. The only thing saving it is the animation, and I think I can say this again and again for every single episode. Despite how bad it is, the animation is just like on another level. That's the one thing saving it. I don't hate the life death. I like the life death. In fact, I quite enjoy the life death. It's the Motendo stuff. The Motendo stuff to me is horrible. Like horrendous. Like, I don't want to see Jubilee and Sunspot inside a video game with like the worst X-Men villain, like the fat guy. I don't want to see that. Who wants to see that? Put your hand up if you want to see that. No one. I don't see anyone with their hand up. It's just terrible, and it's the main reason this show isn't a 10 out of 10 for me. I think even with episode 9, it could be a 10 out of 10, or not episode 9, I mean, my 9th place, but this genuinely just brings it down a whole star. It's a horrendous episode, and it really makes me annoyed that this show couldn't have been what I'd hoped it could have been. So at number 9, Life Death Part 2. Again, it's Life Death. I said I don't hate the Life Death stuff. This is a good episode. It's still a good episode. It's just not great like the others. It's like, I mean, I don't personally rate episodes, but it's like a solid good episode. It's like around a 7 out of 10 if I was forced to rate it. It's good, I like it, but it's just not anything special, and that's what the rest of the show is. It's special. And I love Storm as a character. Storm is one of my favourite characters in fiction. But I just don't particularly like Life Death. I don't know. I like Forge and I like Storm and I like the character stuff, and it Storm's by far the most quotable X-Men, maybe the most quotable superhero. But it's just like, it's just good. It's a good episode, and there's nothing in particular that shines like that I remember, but I don't like. It doesn't stick in my head unless I like am forcibly remembering it like I'm doing now. It's not like something I'll just think about like the other ones. So from here, from 8 to number 1, all episodes I would consider amazing. I've obviously watched a lot of episodes of TV. The next 8 are all probably in my top like 50. I've probably watched like a few thousand episodes of TV. These are all in my top 50 episodes of TV. That's how much I love them. And it's so sad that the other 2 aren't. Like, they're like near the bottom. Well, Motendo is definitely near the bottom. So it's just like, it really annoys me that those 2 can't be, or maybe they just shouldn't have been in the show, but then we would have skipped Storm's character arc and stuff. So at number, so I'm ranting because I have a deep connection to the show. This is my 4th rewatch for the show. 4th. Fantastic 4. Yeah, at number 8, I have episode 3 of the show, Fire Made Flesh. This is the one with Mr. Sinister and the introduction of Nathan Summers and the Madeline Pryor. Don't get me wrong, this is an amazing episode, and the reason I have it at number 8 is not because I dislike it, it's because the rest are just better. It's like, all of them from here are like, I can't stress enough that I love all of these from here. It's really good. I love the I love Scott in this. Like, the conflict he's going through where he's like, well, I love both of you. And like, obviously Jean doesn't understand how that can work, but they are the same person. He still loves her. He just doesn't see a reason not to love the other person because he's obviously keep loving the other person. It's really good like psychological episode. Obviously Mr. Sinister is fantastic. And again, the animation. I'm not going to talk about the animation because it's the animation. I can't. It's in every episode. But yeah, I really like this. And also we have like lots of good stuff. We have stuff with Morph, and we have. I love it. I really like it. It's so. I kind of think it shows how good the show is that episode is at number 8, because that would be the number 1 episode in every other show. I think that's a statement to show how good the show is, that this is at number 8. At number 7, I have another amazing episode that on any other list would be number 1, yet it's 7th out of 10. Like, not even in the top 5, not even in the top half, not even in the top 2/3. But it's amazing. I have, to me, my X-Men, the opening episode of the show. To me, my X-Men. Such a good intro. Gets you hooked immediately. If you haven't watched a 90s show, which I have now, but when I first watched it, I hadn't. It introduces you to all the characters. You get to know who they are. You get to know where they are. And introduces Sunspot, which is like the whole Jubilee situation from episode 1, season 1 of the 90s show. And Rogue in the Fox movies. You know, we're introducing a new X-Men. He's our perspective, and he's also a really cool character for us to have as our eyes for the opening episode to like introduce us to the X-Men. Also, like, the Sentinel fight is amazing when Storm comes in. I can't remember exactly what she's. I think it's just, I am Storm, mistress of the elements, or something like that. Some of her iconic lines. And when she comes in, Aura, obviously you have the iconic shot that I always think about when I think of this show, where with Wolverine and Gambit running up to a Sentinel, you have Beast hijacking a Sentinel. That's a really fun fight. Obviously you have like, you see like the impacts of Professor X not being there, and you also get to see like the relationship with Scott and Jean, which is obviously a major theme in the show. Scott and Jean. It's like, it's so good. I know I'm not. I feel like I'm not reviewing this very good. I'm just like recapping the episode and then going, oh yeah, that's good. I'm not actually saying why it's good because I don't know how. It doesn't look very good on me. But you know, if you watch it, you'll know, and you have watched it because I said major spoilers. If you are watching this and you watch the show, completely on you, mate. Yeah, I love it. It's a really fun episode. That's how I'll describe it. It's really fun, and it hooks you to the show immediately. Like from the beginning, you want to keep watching the show. I think Number 6, Bright Eyes. This is episode 7. Yeah, episode 7 of the show. This is like the setup episode for the Tolerance is Extinction 3-part episode. I like the big finale. Really good, really fun. Really, I don't. This is always one that like I watch and I like, but I don't really think about that long afterwards, which makes me feel like I should have put it lower than the other two. But it's, I think all the Torrance's Extinction stuff and Bright Eyes 2 Part 3, it all blends together in my head. But you know, you have Bolivar Trask in this, you have like the whole Sentinel technology, and you have really like interesting moments with Rogue, who is my favorite X-Men. So yeah, I think that's probably why I put it above the other two. But it's critically, if it's not personal preference and I'm just rating it critically, it would probably be number 8. Still, obviously, a great episode, but like my personal preferences to like the characters that it focuses on in this episode, but definitely puts it higher for me. At number 5, you know what, I'm just gonna go 5, 4, and 3 immediately because I've ranked this and I did this at the time, but again, as I said, they all blend together in my head. So, it goes. Number 5 is Tolerance is Extinction Part 1. Number 4 is Tolerance is Extinction Part 3. And number 3 is Tolerance is Extinction Part 2. So it goes Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. No, Part 1, Part 3, Part 2. You obviously get some amazing moments with Professor X in this. You get some amazing moments with Magneto in this. You get some amazing moments with Rogue. You get amazing moments with Storm. You get amazing moments with Jean. You get amazing moments with Scott. You get amazing moments with Jean. You get Did I say Jean? I might have. Get amazing moments with Cable. I might have already said him as well. Get amazing moments with Nightcrawler and Sunspot. All of the characters all get their chance to shine, and it's done beautifully. It's the most epic, brutal at times finale to the show, to the season. It's the best I could have wanted. Obviously, ends you on the time travel cliffhanger. It's like really intense, but like really emotional at the same time. I love the show so much. Genuinely, the more I think about the show, the more I want to put it at the top of like my like show ranking. And then I think about Motendo and it ruins it for me, and it's really annoying because I love the show. And then Motendo, why Motendo? Can we just erase Motendo from existence, please? Like ultimate filler episode, unneeded. At number 2, I have Mutant Liberation Begins. This is the second episode of the season, and why do I love this? Because Magneto, Storm, and Rogue are my 3 favourite mutants. Add all of them. Rogue, like, she gets her moments to shine in this, obviously. Like the whole thing with delivering Nathan and stuff, but it's mainly about Magneto, and it's mainly about Storm. The loss of Storm's powers, and Magneto, sort of, his redemption, and then it's a really in-depth look at his ideology, his view, and he is beginning to fix himself. Just the people that he's been fighting against, the people that he wants, like, he's chosen to stop hurting, his friend Xavier's view, his final wishes, and he's trying to honor Xavier's wishes and try to make peace between humanity and mutants. And as he's tried to do this, so humans attack on mutants, take away Storm's powers, and that outrages Magneto, and he goes berserk. He obviously takes him up into space, and he has the epic speech. I want to talk about episode 1. Not episode 1, number 1. My number 1. Remember it. For the my fifth time watching it. The 7th time watching it. Remember it. Which, episode 5. I've watched the show 4 times, but I've watched Remember It 7 times. I'll watch it 3 extra times outside of the show. 4th time it's made me cry. It's the best. It's the most perfect episode in television history. Gambit's death, and Rogue's reaction, and Magneto's death, genuinely, is the most heartbreaking thing. I cried at this like the other time when I just watched it. It's so good. Really enjoyed it. And I think that it might be my favourite episode of TV ever. I think there's a few contenders from Sherlock and or maybe even Invincible. But it's up there. When Rogue says, sugar. No, sorry, I won't do the accent because that was horrendous. But like, sugar. I can't feel you. It's so heartbreaking, and it's like, don't cry on video. Yeah, I love it. So, that took longer than expected. This video is probably reaching like 20 minutes. I don't want to go too far over that. So, I'm going to stop it there. Maybe I'll make a separate video on my thoughts and my hopes for X-Men 97 Season 2. But for now, I think that's good enough. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. You just watched Nate, aka SkywalkrComics, aka Skywalker Film and Comics. Yes, this is promo time. I'm going to promote all my other stuff. Follow me at SkywalkrTV on Letterboxd, SkywalkrTV on Serialzd, SkywalkrComics on Comic Geeks. Follow my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, and go check out. Guys, I want to promote this. I've started a podcast with my good friend Prime Spider-Man. He's really cool dude. Go watch the podcast. I'll link it in the description. It's called The Podcast Strikes Back. We had a really fun time recording our most recent episode. Don't check out episode 1 and 2. They're not great. But episode 3 and 4 I think are really good. and I want you guys to go check out and subscribe to that and subscribe to me. Goodbye.